Yep, 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 yep. What's up, y'all? Tell Like It Is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man. So let's get into this, man. You know, LeBron got up here on his podcast or whatever with JJ Reddick. And you know, he pretty much is out here making excuses for why they lost in 2011 once they formed a super team known as the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and LeBron James. Now, one thing about sports, there's always an excuse at the end of the day, point blank, period. But the greats don't make excuses. It just kind of is what it is. I'm pretty sure times where Jordan got knocked out in the playoffs, he could have made excuses, but he gave it up to the teams that beat them. More power to him. Kobe Bryant, I'm pretty sure there's times they could have made excuses when he was on LA with Shaq and without Shaq, where they failed. I'm pretty sure he could have made excuses. Tim Duncan, another one for the San Antonio Spurs, could have made excuses, stuff like that. And this is my thing about what LeBron has done his entire career. The media has loved LeBron since he's been in high school. He has been, we would say, the chosen one, right? We would have to say LeBron was titled he was actually titled the chosen one from high school. So, you know, it just kind of is what it is when it comes down to him. But when LeBron first got in the league, people wanted to make it, oh, well, you know, LeBron, he don't have the players on the team, da 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 da. Well, neither did Carmelo Anthony, really. And Carmelo Anthony took the Denver Nuggets, who wasn't nothing, took them to the playoffs. You know who else did that? Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade had a bunch of players on his team. I think maybe the only all-star for real that was on that 03 Miami Heat team was probably Lamar Odom and maybe Eddie Jones. Yeah, matter of fact, two of them. I would say Eddie Jones as well. There were some other players. I would have to really look at the roster at the end of the day. But, you know, LeBron is up here making excuses for why they lost to the Denver Nuggets. To the Dallas Mavericks in 2011. So I'm going to let this play real quick before we really, we got to listen, man. This dude LeBron, man, I like LeBron, right? There's times I like LeBron, there's times I root for LeBron, and there's times I don't root for LeBron. You know what I'm saying? It's the nature of the beast in sports. It just is what it is, right? So let's get into this real quick.
Obviously, my first year.
First of all, fair act use.
Obviously, my first year in Miami, yeah, we had a big three. And everyone said it's a super team this, super team that. But we had to build our team around all minimum guys, which was still okay. But we didn't fill out the complimentary guys enough. Yeah, we had Rio, we had Udonis, you know, but we didn't have enough as far as enough complimentary guys to actually make it all work. And we still made it to the finals.
Okay, so now he's trying to make it seem like, look, I took this bad team to the finals, and it was just me, Wade, and Bosh, man. And somehow, some way, we still made it to the finals. LeBron, stop it. You know what I'm saying? You're over here making excuses for why you lost in the finals to the Dallas Mavericks. You was getting your ass cracked by J.J. Barrera and Jason Terry at the end of the day. They was out there giving you work, fam. Deshaun, what was his name? I think his name was Deshaun Stevenson. Giving you work, fam. Dirk Nowitzki, you know what I'm saying? Dirty Dirk, you know what I'm saying? Was out there putting in that business on y'all niggas, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The reason why LeBron choked it up in that finals is because he wasn't going to be the finals MVP. If you ask me, I always felt like LeBron threw that series. Y'all know me, I'm a big Dwayne Wade fan. Dwayne Wade was cooking that entire playoffs. You know what I'm saying? The entire playoffs. LeBron was cooking in the playoffs. But when they got to the championship and Wade was starting to really, you know, show that, you know, I'm that guy, LeBron wasn't feeling that. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to play backseat. He knew he can look up at the, you know, LeBron is a stat pattern. As much as y'all love to say Westbrook and stuff like that, LeBron is the type of dude that'll look at the stats and see what he has throughout a game. He'll be looking up at the board. What I got? 15, Damn, I need to get about like 3 more assists. I need to probably get about 5 more rebounds. All right. Yeah, I could pick it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like LeBron is one of those kind of stat players and shit. But let's get into this real quick because I want to show y'all something because LeBron been doing this his whole career as far as blaming. Whenever he fails, it's always somebody else's fault instead of his. You know what I'm saying? And just not getting it done. It's all right to not get it done, fam. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. There's many a champions, not champions, many a players who have never won an NBA championship. There's many of great players that never even made it to the finals. Okay? But only the media, when it comes to LeBron, because they wanted to compare him to Kobe, they just kind of skipped over Kobe. But they wanted to compare him to Mike at the end of the day. So championships and LeBron done been to 10 NBA championships and da-da-da-da, and LeBron. But y'all don't want to talk about that man's failures, though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't want to talk about them failures. And anybody else, y'all want to shit on them. Oh, well, AI wasn't really that good because he only went to 1 finals. You know what I'm saying? But AI got more. I take AI on my team before I take a nigga like LeBron, depending on what LeBron we talking about. You know what I'm saying? Now, there is a point in time where LeBron, to me, was looking like he could be the GOAT. I'm not even going to sit up here and hold you. There has been times early in LeBron's career when I'm sitting there watching him like, yo, this dude might be the best. I'm not going to hold you. The thing LeBron always lacked is that killer will, man. He just don't got it. You know what I'm saying? He just don't got it. All right, so let's come here real quick. I just want to show y'all this. So this was game 1, all right? So we're going to come to game 1 in that particular. And like I said, what LeBron could have did, honestly, is the nigga could have just got up there and said, you know what, man? The Dallas Mavericks just had a way better team than us. And it just kind of is what it is. As we look at the Dallas Mavericks, that's more respectable than to just say, to give excuses like, oh, we would have won if, they would have won if your ass would have played better, nigga. That's what would have happened. All right. So anyway, they had Dirk Nowitzki, okay, Hall of Famer. Jason Kidd, Hall of Famer. Sean Marion, some would say Hall of Famer. But at that particular time, he definitely was a perennial all-star at that time. Tyson Chandler, a defensive guy, going to get out there. He can jump, block shots, get rebounds, and was vital as far as running a pick and roll and throwing the lob up and all of that. So you had him. You had a defensive 3-and-D guy in Deshaun Stevenson. I think Deshaun Stevenson might have been an all-star at one point in time. Jason Terry, we know, was an all-star. JJ Barrera, not so much, but he was a quality role player, very quality role player at the end of the day. Peja Stojakovic, he might go down as a Hall of Famer. I'm not too sure, but once again, Peja Stojakovic was a lights-out shooter and was a decent player. All right? So, this was just game 1. All right? In game 1, okay, Dirk Nowitzki. Now, the leaders of the teams are going to lead it by example, point blank period. Dirk Nowitzki put up 27 points, 8 rebounds, okay? Second highest was Sean Marion, who put up 16 and, 16 and 10. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple steal and a block, so, he was all over the place, right? All right, so let's come down here. Let's go to the Heat. So the Heat actually had a real decent squad, okay? So while Brown is out here telling folks, lying to the public, and to his coat at the end of the day, because that's you niggas, man. Some of y'all niggas that love LeBron, man. Y'all niggas is Jim Jones out here. Y'all done drunk the Kool-Aid and shit, man. You see, but a nigga like me that know the game and shit like that, been following this shit for as long as I've been motherfucking born at the end of the day, you ain't gonna be able to pull that shit off on me, Bron. It is what it is, fam. Anyway, LeBron James, Hall of Famer. Chris Bosh, Hall of Famer. D. Wade, Hall of Famer. Mike Bibby might go down as a Hall of Famer. At best, Mike Bibby was a perennial all-star. Joel Anthony would be the equivalent to Tyson Chandler, but I would say that if we had to make the matchups as far as who would you pick first, I would definitely pick Tyson Chandler over Joel Anthony. But a quality center, you know what I'm saying? Well, a decent center, okay? Udonis Haslem, absolute dog. Will he go to the Hall of Fame? Probably not, but he was a decent role player. Mario Chalmers was a national championship, a college player that hit a big shot for the Kansas Jayhawks, you know what I'm saying? So motherfuckers knew who Mario Chalmers. If you was a hooper, you definitely knew who Mario Chalmers was because you was following more than likely you was trying to get to college and you was watching college, and so you knew of Mario Chalmers. Mike Miller, quality role player. I think Mike Miller had made an All-Star. I'm not too sure. We know who Juwan Howard was. Granted that Juwan Howard at this particular time, he was long in the tooth. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But we talking about rosters, okay? We know it, veteran guy. Eric Dampier, another veteran guy. Eddie House, a champion that was on the Boston Celtics. He was riding the bench. James Jones is a lights-out shooter, okay? So for LeBron to get out here and make it seem like, oh, man, we just ain't have the guys and all this other stuff. Well, Dwayne Wade had 22, okay? Chris Bosh had 19. You had 24 points, 24, 9, and 5. Dwayne Wade, 22, 10, and 6. Chris Bosh, 19, 9, and 3 assists, all right? So motherfuckers is out here balling with you. Mario Chalmers had 12 points off the bench. Haslam gave you 6 rebounds and 7 points off the bench. Mike Miller came through and gave you 6 points off the bench. They wasn't really the highest scorer pretty much on Dallas was Jason Terry with 12 points, bro. What are you talking about? Barrera had 2 points and Haywood had 3 points. So what are you talking about? Anyway, that's game 1. That's the game that they actually won, right? Let's come over to game 2 real quick. Let's come back over here to game 2 real quick. Now, game 2 is when the Dallas Mavericks beat, they tied the series pretty much, okay? Won in Miami, okay? So in this particular game, Dirk Nowitzki once again shows up, 24 points, 11 rebounds. Sean Marion steps it up even bigger in this game, gives you 20 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. Tyson Chandler gives you 7 rebounds and 13 points. Jason Kidd, we already know what he do. All around talent, you know what I mean? Jason Terry off the bench gave you 16 and 5 rebounds and 2 assists. All right, let's come over here. Let's see what the Heat did. Dwayne Wade showed up like he always does in the NBA Finals. Gave you 36, 1 block, 3 steals, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Okay, monster effort from Dwayne Wade in game 2 to try to put the foot on the necks of the Dallas Mavericks at the end of the day. He did his job, okay? Chris Bosh, you wasn't really expecting too much from Bosh just because somebody's going to have to be the third wheel. It is what it is. We know that Wade and Braun is 1A, 1B kind of shit. Bosh is going to kind of have to be, even though he is an all-star and is a Hall of Famer, he was going to have to play the back seat a little bit. But Bosh gave you 8 rebounds, 12 points. LeBron James gave you 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 1 block, 5 fucking turnovers, okay? And with a -5 at the end of the game, okay? Mike Bibby gave you 14 points. Mario Chalmers off the bench gave you 9 points, fam. What are you talking about? They lost because you was playing like garbage, nigga. You were over here trying to blame these other role players and shit, bro, and acting like you ain't have the team and shit, fam. That's a lie. This nigga's up on a podcast lying. LeBron better off not even just talking about this shit for real. Unless he just gonna give it up and say, you know what, man, Dallas Mavericks, man, they was on a mission. We got a little bit too ahead of ourselves and, we just thought we was able to do it. We ended up learning that, we needed to get better. We needed to learn how to play more with each other. And this, that, and the third. Nigga, ain't nothing wrong with just giving it up. Nigga, you ain't got to front all the fucking time, nigga. Know what I'm saying? Now, if y'all remember game 3, let's get to game 3 now. Game 3 is the infamous game where Dwayne Wade had to run up on LeBron like, nigga, what the fuck is you doing? Know what I'm saying? Nigga, get in the game, nigga. Dwayne Wade had to put this hoe ass nigga on his back. This 6'8", 275-pound man on his back and carry this nigga to the win out there in Dallas. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget this game right here. You know what I'm saying? I'll never forget this game right here because I was mad with LeBron, man. I was so tight with LeBron, but I was so proud of my nigga D Wade. You know what I'm saying? It was what it was. Now, anyway, let's get into this game right here. So LeBron James in this particular game gave you only 17 points, okay? man completely quit in this particular game. Now, allegedly, the rumor around this game is that somebody smashed LeBron's baby mom. That was the rumor. You know what I'm saying? And Savannah James. That was one of the rumors that, she got caught cheating, and the particular player was, I think it was Deshaun Stevenson. So it might have been a nigga on his team, or I think it was like with Rashard Lewis, who ended up joining the team after this particular year. Okay, but anyway, this is it could be a whole excuse for why LeBron was playing like complete garbage. You know what I'm saying? And not just sucking it up and saying, "Hey, look, man, I stunk it up, man. It was what it was." You know what I'm saying? But we came back next year. Like I said, ain't nothing wrong with losing, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you see Angel Reese and them, like, bro, ain't nothing wrong with losing, bro. Motherfuckers is gonna hold L's. It just kind of is what it is. All right. LeBron gives you 17 points, 9 assists, 3 rebounds. LeBron only can get 3 rebounds? You serious? The man gave you 4 turnovers, okay? D-Wade showed up big time. Was all over the place. Gave you 11 boards, 3 offensive rebounds, okay? 3 assists. We know that D-Wade is not really a perennial playmaker where he's going to have a bunch of assists. But he gave you a steal, gave you a block, gave you 29 big ones with a -1. I don't know how the nigga had a -1. Maybe it was some shit he was doing on defense that was really fucking his shit up. You know what I'm saying? I just got to be honest about that. Chris Bosh stepped up in this particular game. Gave you 18. Well, he kept it consistent, okay? Gave you 18 points and 3 rebounds, okay? Mario Chalmers came off the bench and gave you 12 points, okay? Mike Bibby kind of, it was what it was with him. You wasn't really getting nothing out of the deal when it came down to Mike Bibby in this particular game. Dirk Nowitzki went absolute crazy in this particular game. Gave you 34 points, 11 rebounds, 3 blocks, okay? Sean Marion, only gave you 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Chandler gave you 11 boards, 5 points. Jason Kidd, really was kind of all over the place in this particular game. Gave you 9 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds. You know what I mean? 4 turnovers. They was definitely turning over that ball, but it was what it was. And that was one of the keys on why they end up winning this game. Jason Terry kept it consistent as always and gave you 15 points off the bench. So this is what I'm not understanding about what LeBron is talking about. You the one that wasn't consistent, nigga. It was you. You know what I'm saying? Let's come over here to game 4. Game 4 is when game 4 is when I already did game 3. Yep, game 4. Okay, Dallas wins this particular game right here. Okay. LeBron James gave you 8 fucking points. 8 fucking points. Okay? 2 steals, 7 assists, 9 rebounds, 4 turnovers. So you're up here, fam, blaming a roster where you wasn't consistent, nigga. You needed to play better, nigga. You a great player, play great then, nigga. Because we even got a hellified effort when it came down to Chris Bosh. Gave you 24 of them things. 6 rebounds at the end of the day. Dwayne Wade, once again, put this nigga on his back. 32 of them things. 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 assists, 6 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. Okay? These niggas was coming to play. Mario Chalmers, this is probably one of the games where he had a down slope as far as points, but he made up for it everywhere else. 3 steals, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Udonis Haslem, he wasn't really known to really do too much anyway, but he did what he needed to do. Okay? Mike Miller, same thing. He even gave you a little bit more in this particular game. So to get out here and be blaming cats, fam, blaming a roster, fam, that's not true. That's not true. Okay? Tyson Chandler gave you 13 points, 16 rebounds. Dirk Nowitzki kind of slid off from a monster game that he had, but he still gave you 21 and 11. Okay? Sean Marion gave you a little boost in this particular game, 16 points, 4 rebounds. J.J. Barrera, they actually started to use him with the 2-guard system in this particular joint and let old boy come off the bench in the second unit. They probably, if I'm not mistaken, I think they switched it up so that way they can take advantage because, Bron and them they would have points in time where Bron would either be on the court or where they both would be where Bron and Wade would be on the court, but then they had times where they would switch them, you know what I mean? With one to get a rest, they'll sit one down, that kind of shit. But anyway, Barrera gave you 8 points. Jason Terry kept it consistent, gave you that consistent 15 to 17 points, okay? Deshaun Stevenson had a better game off of the bench and gave you 11 of them things, okay? Where they allowed him to play the 1 and 2 instead of putting 2 point guards in the second unit. All right, so that was game 4. All right. Game 5. LeBron gives you 17 points, 10 assists, 10 rebounds. He gives you a triple-double, but that's not enough for somebody who is considered the best player in the NBA, okay? You're teetering off. If they win this series, Dwayne Wade is the MVP, okay? As I just keep showing y'all the numbers. Dwayne Wade was, you know what I'm saying? It's sad to me, and that's why I say it was sad to see, the media go after Dwayne Wade when his knees started to kind of give out on him because the man was giving you his all even when his knees was bad. You know what I'm saying? He out here getting fluid and shit like that, taking out his knees and all kind of shit just to help this whole ass nigga get a championship. And for when it came time to shitting on D Wade, LeBron didn't get up there and step up for his guy. When LeBron was the reason why Dwayne Wade couldn't have another finals MVP in the bag. It's because he shit the bed at the end of the day. Once again, Chris Bosh gives you the average of what he was normally doing. 19 points, 10 rebounds. Dwayne Wade gives you 23 points. 4 turnovers is wild. They all had 4 turnovers. That was one of the keys too. They were just turning over the ball too fucking much. 1 block, 2 steals, 8 assists, 2 rebounds, okay? Udonis Haslem plays a better game in this particular game. Gives you 10 points. You know what I mean? So all this shit he talking about, oh, man, we ain't have the complimentary guys and all that. Man, stop capping, nigga. Stop the cap, Bron. You know what I'm saying? Mario Chalmers gets out here, gives you 15 off the bench, 1 steal, 2 assists, 4 rebounds. You know what I mean? Mike Miller gives you 9. Juwan Howard, old ass, came out here and gave you 6 points. You know what I'm saying? The problem was, you know what I'm saying? Dirk Nowitzki showed up. Jason Kidd showed up. You know what I'm saying? Tyson Chandler gave you some buckets. J.J. Barea was absolutely going crazy, and Jason Terry was going crazy, okay? So this is when they started to get loose at the end of the day. Let's just keep it a bean pot. And then we all know what happened. We all know what happened in Game 6. I'll never forget this. I was at a chick's crib, and I was watching this shit, man. This shit almost it almost fucked up my whole, verge of getting some cat. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was so disappointed after these niggas lost. Like, D-Wade was my guy. So, I was fanboyed out. I ain't gonna sit up here and hold you. But, man, I was so salty, man. I almost ain't want no cat, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I was salty, nigga. Hold on. I gotta light this shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm having a goddamn flashback and shit, man. This nigga LeBron up here capping and shit. This nigga LeBron up here capping, man, like this. Hold up. This nigga Bron got the nerve to be up here capping like this, man. This is sad work, man. This is nasty work for LeBron to get up here and do this, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get in this particular game. Dirk Nowitzki he was consistent, gave you the 20, and 11, okay? Jason Kidd gave you his all-around stats consistent. You know what I mean? Sean Marion gave you his consistent buckets, his little play and stuff like that. Same thing with Tyson Chandler. Kind of slid off on the points, but he was around on the rebounds and stuff like that. J.J. Barea, like I said, I thought that J.J. Barea deserved a lot more credit in the coaching from Rick Carlisle. Carlisle, I think was his name. Putting J.J. Barea in the lineup kind of changed everything. JJ Barrera was key, and that opened everything up for Jason Terry as well. Jason Terry came off and gave you an explosive performance in that closeout game. 27 points. You know what I'm saying? So, it just kind of was what it was, man. But yeah, man, I was super disappointed, man. Super disappointed, man. Like, I couldn't believe what happened, man. I could not believe what happened. Now let's come over here and let's see what you got out of this particular game. Now, D Wade gave you 17. This was probably D Wade's fall off game right here, okay? It's probably the game where he kind of fell off at. 17 points, 5 turnovers is wild. But he gave you 2 blocks, 1 steal, 6 assists, 8 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds. Notice this, Wade kept getting a lot of offensive rebounds. That means that he was out there dogging it, know what I'm saying? For the most part, okay? Bron James he had a minus 24. That means his ass was getting cooked on defense as well. Man gave you 21 points, okay? 6 turnovers, 1 block, 1 steal, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. How was Dwayne Wade outboarding you, fam? How was Dwayne Wade outboarding you? How does Mario Chalmers have just as many rebounds as LeBron James? And you got the nerve. I mean, Udonis Haslem off the bench gave a nigga 9 rebounds. See what I'm saying? But you got the nerve to get out here and say that the roster, besides Rio and UD, it wasn't what it was. Like, man, stop that, man. You're making excuses, nigga. You was the problem, nigga. Just own that. You didn't play well. You know what I'm saying? Just own that, LeBron. I mean, damn, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when it comes down to the situation when Bron and them was going up against KD and them, right? When Bron came out there in that game 1, and this just shows you the quitter mentality that Bron has showed you a few times in his career where he will flat out quit. He'll quit on the team, man. He'll quit if shit ain't going his way, man. And that's a fact. You know what I mean? Never forget that when that man, there's another situation I could talk about, but I'm just going to use this one because it's more recent. When LeBron was out there in that game 1, this is probably one of LeBron's greatest performances I ever seen him have. And at the same time, it was one of the greatest meltdowns that I watch a player have, in a while at that particular time. You know what I mean? Because LeBron came out there that first game 1, bro, when they had KD and Steph Curry and all them, and he was looking like the GOAT. I ain't gonna sit up here and hold y'all. I was like, yo, this nigga Bron want this thing. You know what I'm saying? This nigga want this thing. You know what I'm saying? That was his moment to have that killer will. Shit don't go right for him in the goddamn free throw line, whatever that situation was with J.R. Smith. And instead of locking in, this nigga's over on the bench pouting, and they got an overtime to run. Like, nigga, you need to be back. You need to be focused on the game. The game ain't in. But that just shows you that nigga competitive fire. It's there, but that shit is not, it don't always burn, though. You know what I mean? That's the difference. His competitive fire don't burn. And like I said, like, bro, that was a monumental game for LeBron right there. Because I was like, yo, man, this shit is getting spooky out here. How he was looking was how Kawhi Leonard was looking before Kawhi Leonard got hurt. If y'all remember that series right before they got to the finals, or when Kawhi Leonard got hurt, Kawhi Leonard had all them niggas scared. Kawhi Leonard was busting all of Golden State's ass. You know what I'm saying? KD, all them niggas. You know what I'm saying? He was in that zone. Bron was in that zone. When Bron was pulling up from damn near the logo, I said, yo, this nigga Bron, this nigga on one. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this nigga Bron is on one. You know what I mean? Real talk. You know what I mean? Real talk, this nigga Bron is on one. You know what I'm saying? This nigga's the real deal, no Holyfield. You know what I'm saying? And in the same game, nigga quit and started pouting like a bitch, man. Unreal, man. Unreal. So what you gonna say? When you lost to KD and them, you know, oh, man, you know, they had 4 Hall of Famers, this, that, and the third. Nigga, you was on the verge of beating them niggas. And then let's go back to the politics of that particular game. So after the game, this nigga end up allegedly fucking up his hand by punching a chalkboard or some shit like that, and fucked his hand up and made excuses after they lost and got swept. Yeah, you know, I hurt my hand. after game one, and my hand has just been fucked up, this, that, and the third. Now I'm not one to say, say a nigga faking an injury or not, but nigga, you're making excuses, fam. Because you melted down. And that would point more to you. The fucking chalkboard ain't jump off at you. You know what I'm saying? The chalkboard ain't laying on your hand. You know what I'm saying? You went and did some dumb shit because you were overly emotional, still probably thinking, Brian is the type of nigga that'll lose a game and still be thinking about something that didn't lose the game, but what was probably the point at where the game, I can't even say lost the game because, nigga, y'all was in overtime. You know what I'm saying? So the game ain't in. Did y'all have a chance to win the game? Possibly. You know what I'm saying? T. Lou maybe calls a timeout. If J.R. Smith, pays attention or understands what's going on and shit like that, maybe the game does change. But at the end of the day, too bad, so sad, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Too bad, so sad, nigga. Get your ass in there, get in that huddle, keep the guys. You the leader of the team. You pouting on the bench. That ain't cool, fam. Brown the type of nigga that'll sit up, man. If they would have called a timeout, man, we would have had a chance to win the game. If was a fifth, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We all be drunk right now. You know what I mean? So what are you talking about? You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, there's greatness in LeBron. I've seen a lot of LeBron James get pretty much his whole goddamn career. So, when it comes down to me, man, like, he's a great player. If you want to call him your GOAT, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? I got players that I will put over LeBron James. Just based off that right there. You know what I'm saying? That shit that beat in their chest is a little different. You know what I'm saying? That shit that beat in their chest is a little different. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a nigga to be front running and then can't get it done. You know what I'm saying? Nigga Brown was out there front running. At least with KD, when he was doing this shit, they was out there winning championships. You know what I'm saying? Oh, KD a front runner. Hey, we seen a nigga be a front runner and team up, and they get to the championship and get spanked. Not once, but it happened twice. Okay? And people love to say, oh, man, KD was on that team, da-da-da-da-da. Nigga, what you think Cleveland was, nigga? Cleveland was a super team. Like, it kills me when niggas be like, yo, nah, man, that shit was unfair what KD did, da-da-da-da. Nigga, Cleveland, it was unfair what Bron did. Bron went and reconstructed the whole Cleveland team. How the fuck they was trading Andrew Wiggins and shit like that for Kevin Love? A nigga who was up here putting up Moses Malone numbers and all kind of shit that he was doing. Okay? And what LeBron did, that wasn't cheating. That wasn't wanting to have everybody on their team. A main reason why he was going back to that team is because Kyrie was an all-star. Kyrie was budding. Niggas knew who Kyrie was and knew Kyrie was really like that. He knew Kyrie was really like that. Okay? But it was what it was, man. But anyway, man, I'm not going to hold y'all too much longer, man. I just wanted to kind of do this quick video on this because, Brian, man, I don't get it with the dude, man. Like, bro, it's all right to lose, bro. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't got to make excuses about that because if we go punch them numbers up, nigga, that's not what them numbers say. That's not, you would have made it seem like Jason Kidd and them niggas was averaging 20 a game or some shit like that. That wasn't the case. You know what I'm saying? You would make it seem like Dirk Nowitzki was averaging 40 or some shit like that. And Sean Marion was putting up 20 as well. That's not the case, nigga. Everybody was doing their part. Even the role players on Miami was doing their part. The only nigga that was inconsistent was you, fam. You was the one that was inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? The numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? So, it just kind of is what it is, man. You just take that shit. But to be up here trying to blame other niggas on the team and shit like that, like that's not cool, fam. You know what I'm saying? That's not cool. You know what I mean? Because you the leader of the team, so when you don't get it done, when the team don't get it done, you don't get it done, nigga. When you get it, when you win, and motherfuckers is holding you up, oh, man, Bron. Niggas don't talk about the other role player having 20, 15, 5 steals, 8 assists. They don't give a fuck about that. Bron. Wade. You know what I'm saying? Bosh. Why nobody caring about the games where Chalmers was coming through playing well? Mike Miller may have gave you some moments in the game. Motherfucking Joel Anthony blocking shots, playing great defense and stuff like that. They don't give a fuck about none of that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So heavy is the head that wears the crown, nigga. You out here sounding like Angel Reese out this bitch. You're acting like a victim out here. You know what I'm saying? About some old shit where you froze up, man. You froze up. Never forget that, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You can get out here. You can fool the rest of the world. Long as New York, no. Shout out to Kim, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Killer Kim, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. But anyway. Don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell like it is, man. So shout out to day ones. Shout out to new ones, man. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, tell like it is TV. We out of here, y'all.